Onto markets news now. Stocks in Asia opened mostly lower on Tuesday on fears of the implications of Donald Trump's tariffs on key trading partners. Not surprisingly, they ended pretty much in the red, but not all of them. The Nikkei share average declined by 1.2%. The Hang Seng Index closed down 0.3%, while the Shanghai Composite Index bucked the trend, ending up 0.22%. U.S. markets continue to take a beating as the Trump administration confirmed the implementation of tariffs on Mexico, Canada and China, fueling economic uncertainty. And already concerns over the U.S. economy are deepening as factory prices have surged, while supply chain delays have also worsened. The Dow Jones Industrial Average declined by 1.5%. The S&P 500 lost 1.76%, while the tech-heavy Nasdaq plunged by 2.64%. So the JSE is also in the red, with the all-share index down 0.5%. The rand is trading at 18.58 against the US dollar, 19.52 vis-a-vis the euro, and 23.63 against the British pound. Gold is trading at $2,913 an ounce, platinum at $958 an ounce, while Brent crude oil is sitting at $70.68 a barrel. Well, to unpack the markets for us, I'm joined by Makwe Masilela. He's the Chief Investment Officer at Makwe Fund Managers. Thanks very much, Makwe, for joining us. So global market players are clearly in a frenzy about the Trump administration's tariffs mission. Is it pretty much all downhill from here? And how are investment portfolios going to stay intact in the current environment?
I hope it's not, because remember, all that is happening, we all knew about this. Even when the guy was campaigning, he made it very clear. Even when he was giving his speech, inauguration speech. So we know very well that this was going to happen. I think all this should have been factored into asset prices. And I hope this is just a knee-jerk reaction, because now at some point, they will realize that this is not really the way to go, because you don't have to have a tit-for-tat kind of a situation. But yes, this is how the market decided to react. But in all fairness, when one has to look into the portfolios going forward, these are the kind of things that we have to factor in, that what's going to be the implication, because some of the things can be mitigated by what is going to be happening with, maybe say the guy decides to cut taxes in the US. Probably that should help the companies that side. But unfortunately, the benefits thereof might not be that great, given that the economy has a potential to realize some inflation, because if he continues to put on tariffs, then unfortunately that at the end of the day has to be passed over to the ultimate consumers. But it's not for the first time we've seen this happening. So let's hope that people will just get to see that it's one of those things that we have to deal with as part of the headwinds. We dealt with the issues of inflation. We dealt with the issues of elevated interest rates. Maybe I'm just trying to console myself, but my point here is this is not supposed to be coming as a surprise.
Yeah, you're certainly a lot more optimistic than I am right now. But let's look at the local currency. It's been weakening against major currencies in recent sessions. Is that all the external push factors that we've just been discussing? And to what extent will the latest GDP number have impacted on the rand? We saw that GDP basically rose by 0.6% for the year 2024 and in the fourth quarter of 2024.
It's more of external factors, and the thing is, because of this uncertainty, and it's not just only the tariffs. Remember the peace deal when it comes to Russia, Ukraine, the issue with Israel and Hamas. We've seen people rushing to the dollar as a form of safe haven. Yes, we know that mainly people go to the likes of gold, but dollar as well gets to be seen as like that, just like the likes of the Swiss franc. And yes, unfortunately, we expected to see a growth of 0.9% when it comes to our GDP. Unfortunately, we just got 0.6%, but we're thankful that at least it isn't, we have not been tilted into a recession. Remember, Q3, we had a negative 0.1%. So yeah, it's not what we expected. Probably if it was a much better number, maybe that was going to be reflecting on the rand itself. But for now, I don't think it did move the nail when it comes to the rand.
Yeah. Time is running out, Makwe. Just quickly, your comments on ShopRite's results. They came out with their 26-week results. Very positive numbers. Operating profit up 14%. Just give us your quick take.
Sales up 10.4%, and all because of sales volumes, all because they are attracting customers to their shops. And even if though the selling inflation was at 1.9%, it continues to show you that people continue to value, to go for value. And so far, the guys are well exposed to the middle to low income earners, and they continue to benefit from that. I think that's a very good set of results.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time and insights as always. Makwe Masilela, he's the Chief Investment Officer at Makwe Fund Managers.